We're involved in a game, and the people running it are sociopathic demons. Joe Rogan and actor Scott Eastwood break down the dark reality of how politicians and elites are using the culture war to divide and conquer society.
We're involved in a game, and we don't think it's a game. We think that what we're doing is trying to make the world a better place and vote for people that have similar values. That's not the game they're playing. The game they're playing is, let's pretend that we care. Yep. Let's pretend that we want to fix the homeless problem. Let's pretend we want you to have health care. Let's pretend. But meanwhile, a good percentage of them are demons. They're just sociopaths, completely devoid of any feelings of what the consequences of their action are going to have on people's livelihoods, losing their homes, losing their businesses. They don't give a fuck. They care about their own career, and they want to keep on trucking until they become the king of the country. And that's what they're trying to do. And that's a giant pile of these fucking demons. There's a lot of them out there that think like that. And then there's real good people that get involved in politics as well. And boy, we need them to make us feel better.
No, we were actually talking about it. My buddy gave me a lift here today on his plane, and he's a very wealthy, successful guy. But he was getting riled up about some trans thing and an issue, and I was like, why do you think you get riled up about it? I was like, do you think that maybe that's just a cause for division? And that, like, what, you know, like, if you get upset about a sound out of someone's mouth, when you think about it, it's kind of like from a 30,000-foot level, it's like you're getting riled up about an idea, about a sound that's coming out of someone's mouth.
Right.
Like, you're letting that affect you.
Right, and it's not affecting your real life, but you're choosing to focus on that. And it is an issue, but is it an issue that's of paramount importance in your life when you're on your own private jet flying somewhere?
I know. I couldn't thinking about, like, I was thinking about, I was like, you're this,
especially
billionaire, and you're upset about that. And I go, you're wasting your time thinking about that instead of a million other things we could talk about or think about.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
Well, it's always been a tool. As much as we like to say, no, these are real issues that we face, and we really have a real cultural issue that we have to, I get it. That's true. But however, you have to recognize that tool has always been used by dictators, by
divide and conquer, art of war, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's from
the beginning. Yeah, and it's important, and it's one of the beautiful things about our country is that we have two parties, so it's so easy to do because it's just good guys and bad guys. There's no good guys, bad guys.
In between,
pretty reasonable guys that are pragmatic. We know how to kill folks. I like them. Like, let's go to the
let's go to that side.
That guy.
No,
let's go to the discipline side.
Yeah.
But no, it's like you can only be on the right or on the left. And if you're on the right, you get lumped into these crazy people that have these big Jesus rallies and they talk in tongues, and you get lumped in with white nationalists. You get lumped in with Christian nationalists that think that the 10 Commandments should be in every school and no one should be able to practice any other religion. This is a Christian country. There's people that really believe pushing that you get lumped in with them too. When you're just like, hey, I think the Second Amendment's important. Like, oh, you must be a far right-wing conspiracy theorist. Like, oh, come on. Like, you can't always count on the cops. You should be able to protect yourself because bad people have guns. It's that simple. It doesn't mean you're going to use them all the time. Like, this is crazy. You could kill people with a variety of different methods. You don't need to lump everything into right and left, but people do. They do because they're being told to. If you're on the left, you have to accept, trans women are women. You have to. There's a whole bunch of they're kind of moving away from that now in a big way. They're moving away from the competitive thing, like with trans women competing in school athletics, and because it's like after a certain amount of fucking championships, you just got to go, hey,
come on, guys,
that's a guy.
That's a guy
be
fighting
kind,
women. Be
sweet. Those people have always exist, but also you're letting them into the women's room, and now you could have perverts who just say they're trans and they can go in the women's room too. Like, you didn't think about this.
Yeah.
The fact that they never factored in the one segment of society that has always been the most hated and the most looked out, make sure that they don't come near you, psychopathic perverts. Like psychopathic perverts that prey on men, guys that want to go in women's bathrooms, guys that want to grab women after bars. Those guys have always been terrifying.
Yeah.
And we just gave them a Willy Wonka golden ticket. Just wear a dress. Like, imagine you're a fucking old school pervert and you're 80 years old. You're like, fuck, I missed the boat. Yeah, you've been in and out of jail for doing all kinds of creepy shit, pretending you're a woman.
I think we should just be able to hunt them. Like, for real. I would lose zero sleep.
Real perverts, yeah.
Like,
the thing is,
child molesters,
yes,
people, like, no
100%.
problem. Just let's go hunt them.
Well, they're broken, and I don't know how you could ever think you're going to fix them. And then there's this weird trend where in some academic circles, they're trying to label them as minor attracted persons. No. Which is just this thing of just empathy falling into chaos. Like, you have so much empathy that you're willing to ignore, you know, all kinds of crazy, like what's going on in the UK with the rape gangs. They're willing to ignore it because they don't want to be deemed as being racist. Yeah. They don't want to be deemed as being Islamophobic. Like, okay.
Yeah, that breakdown of culture, and because of, you know, some very extreme groups, is pretty scary.
It's scary.
It's super scary.
It's scary because it can happen anywhere in the world. It can happen in America too. And if you think it can't, you're nuts. And the beautiful thing about America is you're supposed to be able to practice any religion you want. You're supposed to be able to be a Buddhist. You're supposed to be able to be a Baptist. No one should care. And we should all be able to get along. It should be a true melting pot. But there's other organizations that have different plans, and their plans are to take over cities. There's plans that are to take over cities and change the laws. And we were talking about with Tim Dillon what happened with Dearborn, Michigan. All these like liberal people are like, yeah, we love Muslims. Everyone's amazing. So they got a Muslim mayor, and the first thing he did is like, no more pride flags. Shit's illegal. Because what he would like is Sharia law. Like, if you ask the majority of practicing Muslims, like worldwide, how many of them would like Sharia law? And it's not a small amount. You know, that's their religion. That's what but the problem with that is, like, you can't push that on other people. If you want to have your mosque and you want to pray 5 times a day, wonderful. You should be able to do that 100%. Everybody should appreciate the fact that there's all sorts of different ways of worshiping God. Great. I don't know who's right. But as soon as a culture starts taking over and putting in values that, first of all,
degrading women.
Yeah, grossly deteriorate women's rights. Grossly.
That's bad. That's when it falls apart completely.
Well, and that's their culture. And you have to understand that they've accepted. When they're wearing those traditional head garbs and body coverings, that's their culture. And they want women to dress like that. And, you know, we have to stop that from spreading. Like, you should be able to do it if you want to. But the idea that you can take over a town or take over a city, that's a flaw in our system. Because every city should have the same sort of national rights. Every city should have the rights that we have, where you can wear whatever you want to wear, practice whatever religion you want to practice, and you shouldn't be persecuted one way or the other.
Yeah.
But when you get a country like England, it just lets them in, mass migration, and then you're ignoring the chaos that comes with it. That's not good. And that makes you wonder, like, are they wanting the society to deteriorate to the point where they can say, hey, we're going to make new laws to protect you? Because you need to protect. So you have mass surveillance everywhere, more police on the streets, more people getting arrested. And in England, you know, they're also getting arrested for social media posts. Like, thousands.
I've been hearing about that. Yeah.
Oh, it's nuts. Wild. More than China, more than Russia and China combined.
Yeah. It seems as if, you know, the grab for power is just, you know, done in plain sight now.
It's and I hate to say this, but they don't have the Second Amendment. It's part of the problem. Part of the problem is you're not armed. So, like, when shit goes sideways, you don't have a lot of options, you know?